31 years into this franchise and now we have Toy Story 5, but as you might be thinking to yourself, did we really need the sequel or the toys finally breaking down? Let's talk about it. We all had strong feelings after Toy Story 4 was announced, especially after how well things ended with Toy Story 3. And we had strong feelings again when Part 5 was announced. At that moment I was thinking, how can they make yet another good movie without being too repetitive? Some of my friends and family were even thinking out loud, this movie is not needed at all, we don't need a sequel anymore. And to be honest, I was on the same page as well. But after all the commotion and all of the doubt, we finally have Part 5 out in theater, and I'm glad to say, this new chapter is a great new outing for this franchise. This new chapter has a modern take on what toys are now for younger kids. We follow Jessie, Woody, and Buzz in this new adventure, where they must face a new age toy that is taking up all of Bonnie's time and attention, a tablet known as LilyPad. LilyPad believes she knows what is best for Bonnie based on her programming, but the gang believes this new device is not helping in the proper way. I gotta give props where props are due, because the team behind this franchise do not screw around when it comes to making up a good story for a new outing. I was thinking the movie was going to cover real dark aspects as how a tablet can turn a kid into a zombie, but it took a whole different approach. LilyPad is meant to assist Bonnie with feeling connected with other kids through apps like Messenger and games, but it backfires and the gang ceases. LilyPad believes her form of helping Bonnie get new friends and not feel excluded is only through online interactions. Whereas Jessie and Buzz know and believe that the best form of interaction is through actual human interaction, being there with one another, but LilyPad disagrees. And this is where the story unfolds into something that was actually rather enjoyable. The movie began with a plot line that connected well with the rest of the story as the movie went along. If you've seen Toy Story 5, then I know you also want that flying toy. I will not say what the toy is, but if you know, you know. There are some scenes where you feel bad for Bonnie. She's trying to make friends with some kids and these kids look down on her because she's still playing with toys instead of playing with a tablet. As you can see, this movie leans heavily on the importance of human connection. Human connection by sitting with someone and simply chatting, getting to know the other person, being goofy. All to expand your social skills and not feel like you are stuck in this digital world. Personally, I would like to live in a digital world, but only if it's with some Digimon. Back to Toy Story though. Yes, a certain element in the movie feels slightly reused, but the way it was written, the way it unfolds, the way it all connects by the end, it all feels so refreshing. The only element that feels slightly reused here is how Jessie, Buzz, and the rest of the gang want to be played again and not feel neglected by Bonnie. Then again, Toy Story is all about the toys wanted to be played by the kids, right? So I doubt that aspect will ever go away. Jessie takes center stage here in Part 5, and I really stand by that decision because this story adds rich character development to her overall character. A theme that hit hard here was the meaning of letting go, but at the same time you fight for what you believe in. Jessie was stubborn, hard-headed, but she knew what she was worth. She knows what she stands for, and you should as well know what you stand for overall in life. Can you believe some people online were mad that this was a female-led movie? Which I don't understand because it's a really good movie, it's a good outing for Toy Story, and plus, Jessie has been in the gang since Part 2. So where's the hate coming from? Woody and Buzz were great too. It's always fun seeing them on the screen interacting. Seeing them bigger, trying to see who's in charge takes me back to my childhood. I can say these are some member berries, but it does not rely on that at all. Woody's bald joke was actually pretty funny, and what they did with Buzz, it was rather interesting. They somewhat made Buzz into nothing but a lover that's head over heels for Jessie, with some authority of course. We've seen this love for her start in Part 2 and it continues here. Gotta be honest though, I like how the movie ended. If you know, you know. Talking about that ending, for the last 15 minutes of the movie I had a big old smile on my face, seeing how the first scene connects with everything else, and seeing how the team works together to overcome the differences was just amazing to see. Toy Story 5 does have a message of coming together for a good cause, and that is where great minds come together to accomplish a goal. Anything is possible. It teaches you to overcome any boundaries and just work together. Aside from the ending, I really enjoyed the scenes when Bonnie was playing with the toys. The way it was animated, it felt like an actual movie within the movie. What a great touch. The addition of this toy that's meant to teach a child how to use the bathroom was hilarious. I love how when he tried to curse, he would say, "What the flush?" Talking about quotes, a quote that stuck with me even to now was from Woody when he says, "Toys are for playing, but tech is for everything." I was like, ouch. It made it seem that we take for granted what allowed our childhood to be fun and what it helped to become what it was. And it does show the importance of allowing kids to have an imagination. Imagination allowing them to express their creativity. It can be with toys or with possibly tablets, but with limited time on a device to allow human connection with other friends. I like movies when they are a fun time in a theater, but if they are great, have a clear message and is a memorable story, and overall is actually good, hell yeah, that's a win for everyone overall. I don't know about you, but on the way to the movies to see part 5, I was thinking, what the hell was part 4 even about? I feel part 4 is kind of forgettable. It's not a bad movie, but the events in part 4 didn't hit as hard. And what happens in part 5, the emotions, the laughs, the adapting of new tech, and the thought of new tech taking away something that you truly love, yeah, it actually left a mark this time. We all thought about it. Did we really need Toy Story 5? Is the magic still there after all of this time? Toy Story 5 is much better than Part 4, and it's definitely a memorable add-on to the franchise that's 31 years in. So, to answer the question, I am glad to say that Toy Story 5 was a much needed sequel. Can you believe this? 31 years into this franchise and 5 movies in, and they're all practically perfect. What the flush? So in conclusion, if you've been here since the first movie back in 1995, then this is a must for you. This is a must for all fans and family. This one goes deep into what really matters the most nowadays, the human connection. It delivers great storytelling, great laughs, amazing animation, and above it all, you leave the theater with a huge smile and wondering, what's next? This is a great addition to this franchise, and to be honest with how things are changing in the world, I can genuinely say that I hope for the next outing, the exact same team comes back and gives a great well-told story once again. This all leads me to my rating for this film, and for this one, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. This is definitely the best cinematic experience in theater. I recommend buying it in 4K or in VOD for your digital collection. Well, thank you for your time today, my cinematic family, and for sticking until the end of the video. If you are a true cinephile, please hit the subscribe button. By the way, guys, if you like this review, you will for sure love checking out my review for Zootopia 2. That was another well-made movie from Disney that I was left amazed by it. Definitely check it out. I am Chewy, and this is Chewy Cinematic Talk. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Please know, you've got a friend in me.